Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso at thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we're discussing a model line launched in 2015. This is the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Day-Date 40. You're looking at reference 228239 in white gold. So it is 40 millimeters in diameter in white gold. It's only 11.9 millimeters thick. From lug tip to lug tip, it is 47.4 millimeters. And if we include the end links of the bracelet, it is also 47.4 millimeters. 21 millimeters is the spacing between the lugs. So this is a nice compact watch. The old Day-Date 2 had solid end links in its bracelet, and it wore 53 millimeters from end link to end link. So you can see the difference here is like night and day in terms of fit. It's not 1 millimeter, it's several. The watch is wonderfully solid and robust, and yet it's thin enough on the wrist to fit underneath the cuff. You could see that the lugs don't come anywhere near the edge of my wrist, and you can see that well also from over the top. So I'd recommend this watch for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters in circumference. The bracelet is the Rolex President, which has been the most popular bracelet to accompany the Rolex Day-Date since the original debuted in 1956. Now, while the watch is often nicknamed the President or the Presidential, properly it has always been the Day-Date, but the bracelet has always been the President. It's a three-link design, polished centers, satin shoulders, polished outer faces. We have a conforming end link to close the gap to the case. There's a little bit of a taper as you move down the links, and every version of the Day-Date 40 features a President bracelet with internal ceramic coated pins so that the gold links cannot wear down the pin, so that Rolex quote bracelet stretch cannot develop. It's never been about the link stretching, it's always been about the thinning of the pins. With this setup, that can't happen. We have many removable links that are fixed in place by screws, so you can fine tune the fit quite well. We have a thick gauge white gold clasp with a pivoted end link. You can see that there's a beak and then there's a hook, and these two things snap shut. It's not friction fit like old Day-Dates. You actually have to unlatch it to open it, so it gives you more security. Rolex has its own foundry. It makes its own alloys. It makes its own gold, including white gold, and this is what's known in the industry as gray gold or gray white gold. It's white all the way through. That is, it's homogeneous, and it never needs to be rhodium plated. It is, to put it one way, the good stuff that you'll find from Grubel Forsey, Jaeger-LeCoultre, Patek Philippe, and of course Rolex. We have a twin lock crown in gold, because it has two dots. That's how the Rolex crown code system works. Screw down crown, screwed in oyster case back, 100-meter water resistance. We have a fluted bezel, and you can see that the definition of the fluting remains quite sharp. This watch has been well cared for. The dial is a metallic green sunburst, olive green metallic with white gold stylized Roman numerals, including a watchmaker's 4. You'll note that the components of the numerals are faceted and polished. They twinkle like cut gems. And then we have a gold Rolex crown and hands to match. All of this internal gold is to basically resist oxidation, tarnish, fade, and color changes in the hands and the indices over time. It is a double quick set, so you've got the ability to rapidly cycle the date as well as the day, and then you have a hacking seconds or stop seconds function, so you can set the watch against a reference time. Inside, we have Rolex manufactured caliber 3255 bidirectional automatic winding with a 70-hour power reserve. It has a 4 Hz beat rate, pivots on 31 joules, and it's certified as a Swiss chronometer. Rolex then takes that chronometer certified movement, cases it up, tests it in 6 positions, and assures that the watch runs no worse than +2 -2 seconds per 24 hours. That is the basis for that term superlative chronometer. The watch also has a robust movement. It has a winding rotor ball bearing rather than the previous generation jeweled staff, as well as a full balance bridge and a free-sprung balance for shock tolerance. It has a Breguet overcoil hairspring shaped by hand to allow it to keep excellent time in any physical position with respect to gravity on the wrist or on your dresser at night. And that overcoil hairspring is made of a blue oxidized niobium zirconium that is highly anti-magnetic. If you love this watch, reach out to me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.